Sure. There was a Din Torah here in America many years ago. Soloveitchik passed away already, I think, over 30 years, no? Died in 1993. Yeah, it's over 30 years. So, so the years before he died, 10 years before he died, there was a Din Torah between two brothers. The father was a Chassidishe, and the father had purchased plots in Chalkos Harabanim, I think on Har Hazeisim it is, no? Wherever they buried him, not sure. So he bought for himself and his wife, and he had an extra one. So when he passed away, so he had 3 sons. So one son, the youngest son, so the Shiloh, who has the right to be buried next to the father? So the oldest son had smicha from YU. And he was in the rabbinate for a while. Then he went into business. The middle son took over the Chassidus of the father. So he dressed like Chassidishe Rebbe, and he had a following, and he took over the name. Like a Kloisenberger Rebbe, Satmar Rebbe, Lubavitcher Rebbe, whatever his father was, he took over. And if the youngest son was not in the machlokes, so the oldest son said he's the bchor, so he wants to have the right to be buried next to the father. And the middle son said, "What do you mean? But I took over the rabbistva. I'm the memale mokum of my father. You're not the memale mokum. You're in business now." I remember when they sat shiva, they were sitting in 2 different rooms. They didn't get along. They didn't get along. So they're sitting shiva in 2 different rooms. So they were going to have a din Torah. Who's right? Does the bchor has the right? It's a shayla of kom tachtov. It's not a shayla of Yerush, a shayla of kom tachtov. So, so the one who was in business wanted to go to the RCA Bezin. And the one who was a Chassidishe Rebbe, they're not Gervis, the RCA Bezin. They want to go to some Chassidische Bezin. So they both agreed they'll go to Rabbi Soloveitchik, whatever he says will go. So they presented the case to Rabbi Soloveitchik. I wasn't there, but this is the way people said. Rabbi Soloveitchik said that traditionally in Europe, when there would be such a din Torah, the psak used to be kol HaKodem Zacha. Whoever dies first gets the right to be buried. So neither wanted it then. Neither wanted it then. But then the end of the story was that the older brother realized it's not right. He's not a Chassidische Rebbe. He didn't take over the father. He's in business. He had smicha from Oyo, but he went into business. So so he agreed that the other brother. So the oldest brother is buried in the Wayu cemetery in Eretz Yisrael. And the middle brother is buried next to the father. So that where they get that psak from Kol HaKodem Zacha, that's in Nazir. When the Mishnah has that din, Abei Megalech al Nazir Esavi, the father was a Nazir and he set aside money, he set aside karbanas, to bring after the Naziris is over. And then the father died before the Naziris was up. And he has children who are Nazirim. The Gemara has the Shaila, what if there are few children, does the Bechor get a double portion of the karbanas? Does it apply? It's an inyan of Kom Tachtov. It's not an inyan of Yerusha. Maybe Pishnaim doesn't apply. And what if there are several children and their Naziris doesn't end at the same time? So the Gemara has one suggestion that's Kol HaKodem Zacha. Whoever's Naziris ends earlier, he has the right to use all the korbanos, not just to divide them among, maybe by contact of one child gets it. You don't. It's not like Yerusha that you have to divide it equally. So that's what they say. Rabbi Soloveitchik said in Europe, the tradition was if there would be such a din Torah, the psak used to be like that line in the Gemara in Nazir that Kol HaKodem Zacha.